Good afternoon. We started with the new lesson, so that was Union Executive. So in the last class, so already the introduction and one of the most important character, so that is the president. We started to discuss about the qualification of president, then election of president, a removal of the president, and the term, all the concepts. So we have discussed. And last class I said while teaching the term of president, okay, the president a term 5 years and vice president I said it is 6 years. So just correct it. Even a vice president term is also 5 years. Okay, vice president term and president term, both the term will be the 5 years. Okay, so just do that particular vice. Again, we will be talking about vice president. Uh, in the next coming classes. So that one correction, so you can make it. So that is the tenure of the vice president is also 5 years. Okay. So these are the things. So we have discussed in the previous class. And today's class, so we will be going with the two concepts. So that is, vacancy of the office and powers and functions of the president. Two concepts. So we are going to discuss here. First, we will talk about vacate of the office. So how a president can be vacated from his office when he is on, holding of an office. So there are three major situations. So where the president can be vacated from his, office. And first and foremost is one is as usual the expiry of his term. So that is 5 years. Okay, once if the 5 years of the term is over, the president has to vacate his office, but he will be remaining until the new president is elected. Okay, so that is the one thing. So which we are a situation. Second one is his voluntary resignation. So where he has to give voluntary resignation letter in a written and he has to submit to the vice president. So that time the office will be vacated. Then one situation is death. And there is a term of 5 years in between if the death takes place. So that is also called as a vacate of an office. And next, third one we are having. So one of the most important concepts. So that is removal by impeachment. Okay, removal by impeachment. And removal by impeachment. So who can use this impeachment method? That will be Parliament. That will be Parliament. So Parliament can use impeachment method to remove a president. Okay, remove a president. So what is this impeachment method? Okay, what is this impeachment method? And how the it can be implemented on a president. So all the things you can see it in the procedure of a Parliament. Okay, procedure of a Parliament. The first and foremost concept is the president can be impeached and removed from the office for the violation of the constitution. Okay, so when president goes against the constitution, okay, when president goes against the constitution, so during that time the Parliament can use the impeachment method, like being a partial in making of a law, okay, showing a partiality. So that don't all against a constitution. No partiality should be practiced by a president. Okay, so that case, so like this, any violation of a constitution or anything that is against the constitution, if a president is going on, the Parliament member can impeach the president. Okay, they can do an impeachment. But how they can do the impeachment? If you see the charges is nothing but resolution on president. Why you are impeaching president? Okay, so that should be introduced in either house of the parliament with the support of 1/4 member of the house. So from Lok Sabha 1/4 member and from Rajya Sabha 1/4 member. First they should decide to send a resolution to a president. For so and so reason, you are going to be impeached. Okay, so after 1/4 majority of the two houses, okay, resolution will be passed on the president. So in the form of notice. Okay, and the charges must be filed after a notice of 14 days. Okay, after the charges be introduced, the 14 days notice will be sent to a president. Okay, the 14 days. So within that 14 days, president should defend himself. He should prove that he is not there or he has not gone against the violation of a constitution. Okay, if he himself is not defending, or if he feel that he has committed or he has gone against the violation of the constitution, after 14 days, the president should be presented in the both the house of the parliament. After 14 days of notice, the president will be called for so where he has to come and he has to appear in the both the houses. So first he will be appear in the Lok Sabha house, so where he will give all his the defending points or all his violation of the constitution. So all the reasons he is going to explain in the Lok Sabha house. Then from there he will go to Rajya Sabha house, so there will be explained. Then after that, both the houses, okay, both the houses will go for a joint session. So in the joint session with the 2/3 members majority, so the president will stand impeached. Okay, so this is the procedure for impeachment method. Okay, it should be in an order. Okay, violation of the constitution, then the charges introduced with the 1/4 members. 14 days notice has to be sent. 14 days time will be given to president to defend himself. After that, with the 2/3 majority of the house, the president stands impeached, moved from the office. So he can be removed. Okay, this is the next the procedures which we are having it. But one thing you have to keep in mind, one note you have to keep in mind, when a president is impeached, okay, from the office for his mistake for the violation of a constitution, it is being said that the president can be only impeached from the office, from his position he can be removed, but no other punishment can be given to the president for the violation of a constitution. Not only for the president, all the top officials. All the top officials are being removed under impeachment method only. But when we use impeachment method by a parliament, such persons will be removed only from their office, but they will not be punished like Supreme Court and High Court and subordinate court. They give punishments for a mistake. No? So like that, the punishments will not be given. The reason why they cannot be given a punishment means because we have to see the dignity of one particular post, and as well as they are all top officials. So punishing them will not look under the system of the Indian government. So okay, so that is the reason. So impeachment method can be implemented on a president only for the removal from the office when he goes against the violation of the constitution. So or else no punishment we can charge on the president for his violation of an constitution. Okay, this is the procedure of impeachment method which we are having it. So next we will go to the last topic of the lesson. So that will be powers and functions of the powers and functions of the president. So what are the functions of a president? So if you see, almost we are having 8 the powers we are having. Okay, 8 powers and functions of a president we are having, like legislative powers, then executive powers, financial powers, then judicial powers, then disciplinary powers, okay, executive powers, then we are having emergency powers, then diplomatic powers. So like this, 8 powers and functions we are having for an president. Okay, as a president, he has to involve in all these 8, powers and functions. But this year syllabus has been reduced, so you are having only the 4 powers and functions. So we are going to study under this powers and functions of a president. So that first we are talking about legislative powers. The next class we will be talking about the executive power. Then we will be talking about discretionary, power. Then emergency power. So these 4 powers. So we are going to talk in this particular topic. But in today's class, we will have only one. First and foremost powers and functions of the president. So that will be legislative powers. So next class we will go with the remaining 3 powers. So legislative powers means you all know, all related to an lawmaking. Okay. So when parliament makes a law, when either house of the parliament, when they make a law, so what will be the role of president then in the legislative powers? As you all know, the president is the nominal head of our country, and all the activities are carried out on the name of a president. Okay, so when on the name of a president, all the activities are carried out as a nominal head, then even he has got some of the legislative powers in our country. Okay, so what are the legislative powers? So let us see one by one. The first and foremost, the legislative power, if you see, the commencement of first session of the either house of the parliament. So when Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, when they form the house, okay, now for example, Rajya Sabha, after 6 years, okay, new members will be, even though 2/3 members, get retires from every 2 years, but 6 years, okay, 6 years once, or when the 2/3 members gets retired. So during that time, the president will have his address, okay, to the first session. And at the same time, Lok Sabha house. Now Lok Sabha house, very clearly we can say 5 years is over, the tenure of the Lok Sabha house gets over. Then we have to go for new election, new general election. So new Lok Sabha house will be. So always both the houses, the first session when the commencement of the session takes place, it will be addressed by a president. What he will be doing in the first session is address. If you see, first session when address, he always when the president address in the both the houses, so he will be thanking. Now, for example, Lok Sabha means to the previous government for their service of 5 years, and he will be wishing the new government for next 5 years to carry out their work. That is the thing which he is going to do it. And next one is every official year. Every 1 year. one year when it completes. Okay, both the houses will be addressed by a president. Okay, so this is the first legislative powers which the president is having. Second one, if you see, in case of deadlock, okay, deadlock, equal tie in the vote between the 2 houses of the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, both the houses decision, the vote is being equal on money bill, the president will call for joint session. Always joint session will be called by a president only. Okay, but the presiding officer for the joint session will be the speaker of the Lok Sabha house. Okay, so keep it in mind, whenever there is a deadlock, the money bill between the 2 houses of the parliament, the president will call for a joint session. But the addressing of the joint session so will be done by a presiding officer of the joint session, that will be speaker. Okay, that is the second one we are having. Third one, if you see, that already we have talked. The president nominates 2 Anglo-Indian community to the Lok Sabha and 12 members to the Rajya Sabha, those who are well expert in different various fields, like sports, literature, okay, science, like that. Okay, so that is also one of the legislative powers. Okay, 2 Anglo-Indian community to the Lok Sabha and 12 members to the Rajya Sabha who are specially skilled in various fields. Okay, this is the one aspect which we are having. The next one, if you see, bill to make alteration in the boundaries of the states. If any states wanted to extend their territories, or if any states to be divided into two different states due to the huge population, or due to the two groups in equal number, such situations and all, when parliament makes the division of the state or when they extend their boundaries, the approval of president is very important. So without the approval of a president, no boundaries of the states can be altered, or no states can be divided into two separate states. That's one of the important. The next one, if you see, the bill passed by a parliament becomes acts only after the president has given his assent to them. It's only when president signs. Unless and until the president gives his signature to a particular bill passed by any of the houses, that remains as a legislation proposal only. It is just a bill. When he gives his sign, when he gives his assent, then only a particular bill becomes an act. So that's very important, because he is a nominal head. And already I said, all the activities are carried out on the name of a president. So that's the one aspect which we are having. And the last one is, the president can issue an ordinance. Okay, the ordinance is nothing but temporary law. Okay, temporary law also the president can introduce when the parliament is not in the session. Whenever the emergency takes up in our country, so during that time, immediately to control such emergency, the president can issue an ordinance. Ordinance is nothing but it is a temporary law issued by a president when the parliament is not in the session, and it is valid only for 6 weeks. Okay, such temporary law will be valid only for 6 weeks. Within that 6 weeks, the parliament, they have to have a session. They should discuss on this particular ordinance which is issued by a president. And if they feel that such ordinance is good, okay, we will continue, then that particular ordinance will be continued in our country after the approval of a parliament for 6 months. If not, only for 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, it can be cancelled, or after 6 weeks, it can be extended with the approval of a parliament. If it is approved, then it is valid for 6 months. Any ordinance which is approved by a parliament, that will be valid for 6 months. If not, only for 6 weeks. So like a temporary, just in order to control the emergency, we are having it. Okay, that president can make. So, okay, these are the legislative powers of Union Parliament, so which we are having it. Next class, so we will go with the 3 more most important functions of the president in the next class. So till here you can go through it. The next class we will see with some more functions. Thank you.